Hello there, everyone, and welcome back to Radiant Moon Tarot. My name is Victoria, and we've got your September 2026 money and career reading here for all Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. Let's get right into it and see what we've got. Just so you know, the first little part of September might be a little bit tricky, a little bit volatile there. September 1st, we've got Mars in Cancer with a square in with Saturn in Aries. So it can be potentially a tough day or two there. Just make sure you don't let your emotions get away with you. You might find that you're getting a little bit frustrated with people around you, or perhaps there's some heightened tensions around the workplace, around the office, or perhaps something to do with money in the household. Cancerian energy is the household. So, if you've got money issues going on, or if you've got some problems to resolve, either take some deep breaths and stay grounded, or perhaps just save that conversation for another day, because things are likely not going to resolve, or they are going to explode that day. On the 10th of September, we do have a big day there. We've got Venus entering Scorpio. Venus, our planet of love and money. Great. Scorpio is our energy where Scorpio rules the 8th house. So it can be about the money resources you share with other people. So it can be about your relationship to money, your relationship with your employer, your money that you share with a significant other, a spouse or a family member. And so this can be a really good energy to expand, to grow, or to make some really positive changes. However, it can also represent maybe a little bit of manipulation going on there. Manipulation, we can sometimes manipulate things to our advantage, right? But so just be a little bit aware. It is passionate energy. Is it intense? Can be a little romantic as well. So again, if any of you have any money, resources, property, investments that you share with another person, or another company or a family member, this can be a time for growth, or a time where you might be looking at making some changes with that. And just make sure that you are really looking at seeing the truth behind these things, because there's going to be power struggles with that as well. All right. But let's get into the rest of your month here. We've got a woman holding a coin. So this can be a significant person in your world in your month ahead, and this person can have some generous offer for you. So they might have some financial advice for you. They could have an actual offer of money, something like that for you, like a bonus if it's your boss. Perhaps a family member is maybe giving out some gifts of some kind, because this can be a person giving a gift of some sort, but they are a very helpful energy this month. They are an ally, and a very powerful one at that. This can also be your energy. Woman holding a coin. What are you going to do with your money? Okay, this can be a feminine energy of generosity, but this can also be one of, this is my money. Where am I going to put it? What am I going to do with it? Am I going to spend it? Am I going to buy myself something nice? Or am I going to invest it wisely? So you've really got your money situation in the palm of your hands there, and you might be making some important decisions. But overall, a very positive energy. Speaking of a positive energy, we've got the sun coming out here for you. So the sun can represent that masculine energy, right? The yin and the yang of things. And this is that masculine energy of let's go. Go for it. I'm creating it. I'm doing it. I'm taking charge of it. I am the creator essentially here. But the sun brings about a lot of optimism, can bring abundance and success to you, but also a lot of creativity and clarity. So you might be, again, you got the woman holding a coin. This can be you or someone in your world. And there can be clarity around a financial situation or a career path. The woman holding a coin can be someone that has a really high degree of business acumen. They can be really good with money finances, like an accountant or a banker. And they could have some really positive advice for you, or maybe like a hot tip somewhere along your way. And so this can be really good. You can expand your prosperity, your abundance, without necessarily making more money. So this can be someone that can help you to get your money working harder for you, rather than you working harder for your money. but overwhelmingly positive energy and positive influence coming along. But the sun represents action, right? Energy and action. Without the sun, nothing can grow. So when the sun comes out, there is growth somewhere here. Or perhaps, because in this deck, it is a card number 1, this can represent a new beginning or a new outlook or a shift in perspective for you, seeing things in a different way, doing something new or different with your money, right? That kind of thing. But it's very optimistic energy, so it's really good stuff. We also have here, we've got the Knight of Cups. I'm going to pull all your cards and we'll go through them. We've got the Knight of Cups crossing you. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. Do I take a risk, a gamble, or do I let something ride? Interesting there for you. Got the Knight of Swords. The Five of Wands. There's that potential conflict or challenge. Got the Four of Cups. Page of Pentacles. King of Wands, awesome for entrepreneur energy here. We've got the Ace of Cups. That can be a gift coming in for you. The Three of Pentacles, teamwork makes the dream work there with that one. And we've got the Seven of Cups there, and I'll get a clarifying card with that. At the back of the deck, we've got the Strength card here. So there can be, you can be gaining strength with your money, your resources. The Strength card can represent your ability to be really confident in your ability to take the lead. This can be leadership energy, right? Got Leo the Lion on there. But it can also be sparking some courage in here for you guys. Okay, so you may potentially have a Leo person that you are dealing with. Okay, we do have the Knight of Cups. So, if you are in a personal relationship, again, it can be friendship, family matters, it can be a romantic relationship here. Okay, there could be something here that is shifting for you, especially with that Knight of Cups, right? It can be a proposal. So if you've got something potentially shifting in the dynamics of your personal life here, it will affect your money in some way. Okay, and the Page of Pentacles there. So a new money situation can be highlighted for you here with that. So remember to be confident in your conversations about money. And with that Strength card showing up, you may potentially need to stand your ground. Okay, or you might need to just kind of muster up a little bit of courage to get your true feelings out into the open, right? Or to have that all important conversation about money, or to take the lead in your financial or career path, right? Sometimes we just feel like a little bit, like we're on the back burner. We sometimes feel like, our voice isn't being heard. And so that Strength part there, that can really be about your voice, your strength being heard and seen. So it can be really positive for you. But we do have the Knight of Cups in the heart of your reading. Okay, crossed by the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so what is stopping you from expanding your horizons? Okay, sometimes we've got a little bit of fear because the Knight of Cups here shows that there is an offer, proposal, and opportunity. There is an opportunity to create something, to move up in this world, to achieve your goals and your dreams. And so with that Wheel of Fortune crossing, this can be a time of expansion and growth. But the Wheel of Fortune, even though on its side, it represents a challenge, okay, but this card does come out in the upright, essentially, okay? And so, sometimes in the ebb and the flow of life, right? Sometimes we're up, sometimes we're down, sometimes we feel like there's nothing happening, like we're stagnant, and sometimes we feel like, things are happening, things are moving forward, and we're growing and blossoming in a positive way. So this Wheel of Fortune in the middle can represent that there are opportunities out there for you, or there's something here that may require a little bit of courage or a little bit of a chance. Take a chance on yourself, take a chance on a goal or a dream, and you could be rewarded really quite fruitfully. Even sometimes those small things that we do, little things, little changes, right, can have big results, big impacts. So, again, you could have a person in your world that you can talk to about your financial status, and that can help you put together a plan so that things don't feel quite risky. You could be assessing your level of risk that you are comfortable with, okay, or that you're willing to take, right? And so when we're investing our money, if that's what you're doing, it can be that, okay, the safe bet, right, might be like slow growth over time. And it's relatively comfortable, relatively safe for your money because you don't want to lose your hard-earned money, right? But then, it can be that question of, well, there's, opportunities here where, if we get a little creative with our money, maybe we can have the best of both worlds. We can have, part of our investment that has maybe potential for more rapid growth or for a higher interest rate, but while also keeping, a good core chunk of it, kind of safe and secure in that slow growth mode, right? With not a lot of risk or no risk at all, right? And so maybe you're trying to find that healthy equilibrium. But ultimately, the Wheel of Fortune can represent a time of potential expansion and growth. But again, it all depends on you and the actions that you take, or to have some questions answered, especially if you're just really unsure of which way to move forward. The Wheel of Fortune is sometimes surprises, and can represent change. The Jupiter is the ruler of that Wheel of Fortune card. Jupiter expands everything it touches, which can be really awesome, right? But sometimes it can, be a little bit loud, right? So in that Knight of Cups energy, you need to trust your intuition, trust your instincts, maybe get a little bit creative. But there can be an opportunity to expand and grow somewhere. And it feels like you've been waiting for something to happen or something to change or something, you've been kind of wanting something, longing for something, yearning for something, because we do have the Four of Cups energy over here. And, the Four of Cups is like, I've been waiting for something and I feel like there's something missing. I don't know what it looks like. It's not in front of me. I'm starting to get a little disconnected. And in the meantime, we're not open fully to receive something or to see the possibilities or the potential for something. But as soon as we open up, expansion, Wheel of Fortune, as soon as we open up, right, this is when something comes in. This is when we see something, because it's often from a different trajectory, from a different angle, from a different perspective. And so if we're not open to different possibilities, if we're not seeing the potential with things, if we're not willing to kind of go on a little bit of an exploration, then we may not find those things, right? So, the Knight of Cups shows that there's something here that's a little more positive, whether it's something brand new or improvements or whatever that looks like for you. Expansion is knocking at your doorstep. We just need to be a little open for it. And so this can be where that strength card comes in to give us the confidence boost that we need. We do have the Knight of Swords here. We've got the Five of Wands. So there is a little bit of a polarity here with your communication or with situations around you. With the Five of Wands, in your subconscious, also where your feelings are. This can be where you're feeling a little disgruntled or you're feeling like a little bit challenged. You could be feeling like, there's butterflies in your stomach, and, it's like you're conflicted, right? It's like, I just don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's going on in the world. I don't know what I feel like, about making change or taking a risk. Any change always feels like a risk, right? Anything new. And so, but with the Knight of Swords and your crowning energy here, this shows you got a good head on your shoulders. Your thoughts are in order. You have the potential here to find clarity, ask for answers, take action with communication. Whether it is about putting yourself out there and, saying, I'm going to go and find something. So the Knight of Swords is not just about thoughts and communication, not just about the words, it's also about the action that is behind those things. I have an idea. Great. I'm taking action on my idea, right? Rather than, sitting in swirly twirly kind of energy back and forth, right? The Knight of Swords is very forthright, has a lot of forward momentum, can be impulsive. So just be aware of that, right? This Five of Wands, it's like, oh, I'm so fed up with the situation. I'm just going to go for it. Right. And so we can, kind of really be in that fight or flight mode kind of thing there. So just make sure that you do keep a little handle on impulsivity and make sure you've got the information that you need. But that Knight of Swords, they're great for forward momentum, great for getting your thoughts out there, for asking the questions that you need to ask, for getting clarity, but also acting on your information or acting on your ideas. So it can be really awesome energy there. Do be aware that with that Five of Wands there could be some drama somewhere, whether it's in your family about money or whether it's in your workplace. Something might be going on there. They just be a little bit aware of that. You might need to just step away from something. Okay. Maybe just temporarily. It might not be a permanent thing. But if people around you are kind of, in this volatile fighting kind of energy, you might just want to take a step back. Okay. Let tempers kind of settle down a little bit and then come back and revisit something a little later. It probably save you a little bit of grief. But we do have in your near future, we do have Page of Pentacles. This can be getting the information that you need. Ask and you shall receive, right? Okay, it might be from this woman holding a coin. The Page of Pentacles is feminine energy and the Pentacles is a coin. So this is like that double message coming in there. So pay attention, right? Now it can just be about being, the universe is trying to make sure that you are in alignment to receive something. Okay, you're waiting for something to come in here with the Four of Cups, the Knight of Cups, an offer, a proposal, an opportunity, perhaps you taking some sort of action. You got two knights, you're on a quest for something, you're looking for something, or you're ready for something, right? And that Page of Pentacles, you've got the information, you're open for a gift. There could be something new on the horizon here, perhaps even you've been waiting for something to go on sale that you've been saving up for, and that just might be your month, right? It is September, so we are like back to school and all that kind of stuff. And so there could be some good sales going on. So if you've been saving up some money, this is where you might just find that thing on sale. Wheel of Fortune, maybe it's a little bit of a surprise, because that crossing energy can just be a wait or a delay. But whatever it happens to be for you, an offer, a proposal, a job, a bonus, a raise, a gift coming in, information and knowledge with that Page of Pentacles, or perhaps you spending money on yourself in a positive way, it is a very positive energy, right? So kind of be open and in the flow of things. We do have the King of Wands here. Your attitude, your energy, advice to yourself, go for the thing. Go for the thing. Be confident, be bold, be brave. Stand in your power, okay, and rely on all of your wonderful talents and gifts. The King of Wands is like, I'm in charge. I'm gonna take the lead on things, and I'm not gonna let anything hold me back or knock me down. If you are looking to open your own business, or maybe expand, or do something on the side to bring yourself in a little bit of extra money, that King of Wands is an excellent energy for entrepreneur. Right? So if you're an entrepreneur in any way, shape, or form, this is great for you. Kings are also really good for leveling up, for maturing your situation, and they are leaders. Okay, so just like we have the Strength card over there with a leading energy, got that King of Wands there as well. So take the bull by the horns, okay, Taurus, the bull, right? Take the bull by the horns, and don't let things pass you by. We don't need to be impulsive or reckless, right? And that's where these other energies are coming in to kind of stay okay. We can get excited about stuff, but let's take a practical approach as well. Your external influences here, we do have the Ace of Cups. So like I said here, got that Four of Cups. We're looking at Three Cups, blah, right? They're not what we want. We're waiting for something better. The fourth cup is coming in, and here is that Ace of Cups for you here. So this can be, something new, but it's external. So an offer, a gift opportunity, perhaps it could be a good month for you for partnerships, right? And, but that Ace of Cups can be forgiveness and peace and healing, but it can be new opportunities to create something wonderful and something that can be quite prosperous, right? So there is new, fresh energy coming here, and it could be something that you've been waiting for a while. Three of Pentacles, your hopes and fears. So you're really hoping to maybe get something back on track, seek out advice and counsel for your money or your career, whatever it happens to be for you. The Three of Pentacles is that energy, not just of teamwork, collaboration, it's also one of learning or getting advice, Okay, so you're hoping that maybe you pay for some advice or you seek advice and information that you get, what you paid for, or you get what you need. And so that Three of Pentacles is a very optimistic and a very positive energy, is very hopeful in its energy. Also, if there's a partnership or something, that you have, teamwork makes the dream work, right? Collaboration here can show some really good results. But ultimately, the Three of Pentacles does show that whatever you've been building is growing your bank account, growing your investments, growing your path to career success, whatever that looks like for you. There could potentially be a third party involved here with the Three of Pentacles. So, if you maybe are looking to, number one, invest your money, or maybe you've got a silent investor that may come in if you've got your own business, right? They can be like an angel investor or something like that could come in. So you might be really hopeful in that regard. But at the end of it all, we do have the Seven of Cups, which can really represent the sky's the limit as far as your imagination goes, right? The Seven of Cups can be a wonderful energy of imagination and daydreaming, and, really realizing that if I can, if I build it, they will come, right? That kind of energy is, if I can imagine it, I can create it. And so it can be really awesome. But the Seven of Cups can sometimes bring in that element of, I've got a lot of options, I've got a lot of different paths I can take, and now, oh my goodness, now I'm like overwhelmed. And so sometimes we can get procrastination with the Seven of Cups because we've got too much of a good thing, or too many avenues that are open to us, right? And then what happens? Then we start to overthink, we overanalyze, and then sometimes we get stuck in this kind of imaginary energy, this daydreamy kind of energy, armchair astronaut, right? Because why? What if I choose wrong? What if I take the wrong path, right? What if I, let something go that could have been something wonderful? So in that Seven of Cups energy, sometimes we do need to take a little bit of a step back and just, center and ground ourselves and say, okay, what do I know today? Is there missing information that could be helpful in me making a decision, right? Or do I need to just feel my fear and just go for something here? Because ultimately, we can't predict the future. We can get insights, we can get some foresight, we can get the traffic report for the future, basically, right? But we also have the power to course correct something, right? And so we can only ever really make the choices, today, based on the information, knowledge, and experiences that we have today, and our hope for what's to come. So if you're faced with a choice, if you're faced with, opportunities here, right, go with what feels right. Really follow your heart. And if you really feel like you're missing some important key factor information, then this is where we go on the quest for that information. But I feel like you're going to get what it is that you're looking for. We've got gifts aplenty coming in here for you. Now, clarifying that Seven of Cups, we've got the Six of Pentacles. Okay, so waiting for some information or something to come in for you. All right, the Six of Pentacles is an energy of generosity. This is where we do sometimes get unexpected gifts, advice, surprises, money, opportunities, right? Things that right the scales, things that, bring us a little balance in our lives, or something that we deserve, right? We're getting gifts back for all of the good that we've put out. So this is where something is coming back to you. So it can be really wonderful, especially if you're trying to make a decision. It's like, I don't have all the information, and boom, here it is. But the Six of Pentacles does quite often come in as some sort of reward for you, some sort of a little bit of surprise. If you're in your workplace and, maybe you need more employees, this is a merchant card, right? So the boss hires another person because their people are overloaded. This is where you can get a raise because, honest days work for an honest day's pay. So that might finally come in, because the Seven of Cups can be like, okay, if I don't get what I deserve where I am right now, then I'm imagining a different kind of life, right? Am I looking for something new? Page of Pentacles, right? So, this can be where you kind of get something coming in here for you that helps you make that decision. So that can be really good. Nothing like getting a little bit of clarity or getting out of the brain fog. Let's get a couple more messages here for you guys. And we have conjunct energy amplify here for you. So if you are venturing out on your own, or if you're expanding your career horizons, okay, conjunct energy is the amplification of all the good stuff, big ideas, opportunities, doors opening up for you, and things coming in for you, right? So this is a wonderful energy, things coming together in a conjunction. So whether it's people coming together, opportunities coming together, the stars aligning for you, okay, be open to some new things or a different way of doing things, and you just might be pleasantly surprised. Let's get a final message here. This is our angels of abundance. Exercise to increase your energy and manifestation ability. Is all about getting that energy going here, guys. The key to manifesting quickly is to have very high energy levels, and the easiest way to increase them is through physical exercise. Choose a fun and meaningful activity so that you look forward to exercising and it becomes its own reward, right? When we get the energy flowing, we kind of get unstuck. We feel more alive. We feel more invigorated, and we get those creative juices going, right? So that can be a wonderful piece of advice for you. That's what I have for you guys for your September outlook. All these energies activating for you. You can have a little bit of luck with that Wheel of Fortune there. And of course, we round out your reading with the Six of Pentacles. Can be a little bit of luck or reward there for you. If you enjoyed your reading, and I hope you did, please do like, share, and subscribe. If you like my content, you want to see more of it, the like button there really does tell the algorithm that you enjoyed my video, and the algorithm should show it to more people. So I do appreciate that. Flick of the finger for that thumbs up there for you, but don't be afraid to say hello in the comments. Drop a heart, I'll heart you back, and we'll get all this energy amplifying and flowing. But I hope you guys have a wonderful month ahead, and I'll see you guys next time.